LG just released the world's first 5K2K ultrawide panel, and this thing is absolutely insane. After 6 years, this is Crack Code back again, giving you guys a brand new video and an honest review about this monitor. So this will be an honest review of this LG Ultragear monitor, and it is not sponsored by LG. I paid for it with my own money, so I will give you guys my honest opinions about this monitor, and at the end of the video, I will tell you if it's worth the money or not. First and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room, and that will be the 800R curvature. A lot of people would argue that this curvature is pretty aggressive, but in my humble opinion, it's not. This is coming from someone who's upgraded from a 34-inch Alienware AW3423 DWF monitor, which had a 1800R curvature, so it was pretty flat compared to this. Now, believe me when I tell you guys that the 800R curvature is pretty nice. At first, I was concerned that the curvature might be too aggressive, but when you're sitting in front of this monitor, playing games or doing any productivity tasks, it's not bad. It wraps around your peripheral vision nicely, so when you look straight, it doesn't have that aggressive curve. It just feels right. It feels nice. It wraps around your vision perfectly, so it really brings up the immersion when playing games. This is a 5K2K display, which basically means it's a 5120 by 2160 resolution and a 21:9 aspect ratio. It does come with 165 Hz, but it also offers a unique dual mode option that switches to 2560 by 1080 at 330 Hz. This is useful for competitive FPS games like CSGO and Overwatch. The previous LG Ultragear monitors had an issue at the size. While it was a 1440p display, it had awful PPI. This one has 125 pixels per inch, so you get a lot better text clarity compared to the previous generation. It's finally ultra crisp, so it doesn't just look good for gaming, but it also looks good for general productivity. Getting to the specifications of this monitor, because it's an OLED panel, the pixel response time is just at 0.03 milliseconds with 90.5% DCI P3 coverage and gets up to 1300 nits brightness with HDR on. The monitor comes with two HDMI 2.1 ports, one DisplayPort 2.1, one USB-C with 90-watt power delivery, plus a USB hub and headphone jack. It also supports G-Sync and FreeSync Premium Pro, so there's no tearing no matter your setup. So one thing I recommend you guys do when you get this monitor is go to the settings, and the first thing you want to change is on Game Adjust. Go down to the black stabilizer and make sure you lower this down all the way to 0. So what I found out is when I first plugged in the monitor, the blacks weren't truly black. They kind of had like a gray hue to it, so I was a little weirded out. Come to find out, you can adjust the black saturation levels with the setting. So by setting that to 0, you're going to have like QD OLED looking blacks. And also I recommend on game mode, you guys set this to Gamer 2. After playing around with the monitor for several hours, I found out Gamer 2 is the best setting along with the black stabilizer set to 0. Do I think this monitor is worth getting in 2025? Absolutely yes. Nothing is touching this display. It is absolutely gorgeous. With a 5120 by 2160 pixel and a 21:9 aspect ratio, you have good PPI, it's an OLED panel. The only thing I wish was it was a gloss panel. It is matte finish, so some people might not like that, but in my honest opinion, coming from an old Alienware ultrawide that was also OLED, it's not that much of a difference. You do notice a little bit more color vibrancy with the OLED glossed panels, but don't let that turn you away from this monitor. It's still amazing. And also remember that LG Ultragear monitors tend to go on discounts throughout the year, so while it is $2,000 now and I still think it's worth it, you could probably get it for cheaper if you wait a couple more months. With that being said, you guys are watching Crack Code, and until then, I'll see you guys next time.